husband writhes in torment because I do not rest at his side. Return my bones so that we may rest in peace.
Sounds good. Let's return our bones. So now we are tasked with going to these funeral urns. And this is going to spawn this dude and a ton of skeletons. You just basically have to deal with it. It's not incredibly hard, at least not in the normal difficulty. It's really not difficult at all. But you assume that later on things get a tad more difficult. In fact, we're gonna just click on both of these here. There we go. Just get all the skeletons out. This will also be a good way to get a higher kill streak bonus. And actually, look at this. Taking in some other guys here from the other place. I get a little surrounded here, so just making sure we're ready to grab some health globes when necessary. And when we jump in the middle of this here and lay down some massive hammers on this guy. And there we go. Now he's dead. And just clean up the rest. And we get an achievement. Elite kills 10. I love it. Look at that. Bow. Assuming that's going to do for monk only. Pretty sure that's the case. And a massacre, 31 monsters killed. It's not a ton, but you get some extra bonus XP with it, which is nice. And yes, that is for monk only, unfortunately. Wow, this is actually more damage in 9.4 DPS. So we'll take a look here. Current DPS 15.32. So we'll drop this and see where that goes. 16.34. Look at that. It's a basic weapon. Don't have the cold damage, but overall, it's going to be more DPS. So I'll take it.
The dead are at peace.
As you can see, extra XP. Got some gold from it as well. And there it is. Some item drops. Now, what is that axe? That's back to two-handed, but I mean, taking a look, you can see kind of really not worth it. It's not as good as what I have. We'll do a quick comparison here as well. Swap it up. 16.84. It drops down to 12.81 DPS. So why don't we stick with these for the time being? And what I'll actually do now too is I will switch it up to ignore pain, just to show you guys what that's like.
Search continues.
And this is the wrong crypt, so let's head back out and try to find the right one. 3 total crypts in this area. Actually, I'm gonna make sure I don't walk across anyone before I show this to you guys. Sometimes, yeah, like this guy. Got some guys over here. Probably show you ignore pain a couple times. It's got a 30-second cooldown. Let's go ahead and throw that on now, actually. So here's ignore pain. Some shields around you. Oh, that looks a lot like shield wall. Yeah, it does. And let's actually read that up too before we go further.
The ancients smile on me.
All right, so it's going to be your rage makes you impervious to most damage for 3 seconds. 65% damage reduction for 3 seconds. Got a 30-second cooldown. All right, I want to show you here to this area, the cemetery. So there's also a possible spawn location where my mouse cursor is right here. And then you will be randomly faced with 3 defiled crypts. Only one of them is the one that leads to where you need to be, the Chancellor's Altar. And you just kind of have to find it. We have a Fortune Shrine there. You can see they can stack the shrines. We've got Frenzied and Fortune at the same time. So you do have that option. And we will use Shield Wall a couple more times just so you guys can see it in combat. Before we go back to the loving leap attack. Oh,
not enough fury.
So good. It's so good. Leap attack's the greatest. Frenzy buff makes you a monster.
Be denied.
Alright, so go ahead and drop this. So 3 seconds, take less damage. It's nothing, you know, you can't... You would basically try to use something like that in any situation where you're expecting massive damage in a short burst. That would be kind of the best place for something like Shield Wall. And with the 30-second cooldown, you can almost use it every fight. Pretty much about every other fight you'll be able to access that. So it's a solid enough ability. And I always feel odd talking about the usefulness of certain abilities because we're completely, when I have these discussions with you guys, we're completely negating the fact that runestones will drastically change. Like Shield Wall could be incredibly different through some of the rune effects. So I'm talking about like what situations it's good in. it's gonna be the game's gonna go live, and no one's ever going to use it. And that's the other thing too. The rune abilities are always better than the base ability, so no one will ever just use the base ability. People will always use the rune ability. And we've picked up weapon throw, so why don't we go ahead and grab that? And now's a good time actually to switch out ignore pain. So we're gonna switch the hammer of the ancients with weapon throw. A hurl a mighty axe. It's going to be specifically 180% weapon damage, and also slows enemies' movement by 70%. Now my hammer right now deals 180% weapon damage and does crit as well. You can see. Costs half the fury though, so it's a pretty solid ability. And let's swap ignore pain. I want to get leap attack back, and in 30 seconds we will take a look at weapon. Until then, let's just bash this guy, huh? And I got some bracers. Take a look at. Nice. Less armor, but plus 6 health granted from health globes. That's the two-handed weapon. That's not as good as what I have. Even now, you're starting to see how white and gray items really aren't worth the inventory space. They sell for so little, it's really almost pointless to pick them up. How much is that javelin? 8.4. Mine's 9.4 right now. We'll stick with that 9.4. Leap attack is back. Weapon throw is ready. Why'd you leap so short a distance? Well, you also get some fury from it, so why not? Let's throw some weapons, shall we? So half the fury cost. Half the fury cost of the hammer. Same percentage weapon damage. Also adds a slow. The only thing you don't really get from it is the crit. But look at this. It's nice for. It's not bad for kiting, I dare say. Pull back a little bit and just show you. Go ahead and throw a few of these.
More fury.
Slow someone up. Obviously, once you run out of fury, that's no longer an effective way of doing things. The one problem right now is that with my current setup, with my current skill setup, I actually have no area type damage at all. So I might remove my bash and get cleave back, just so that I can have some kind of area of effect damage, because this is a single target. So why don't we do that? Let's get rid of bash and put cleave back. Even though I know cleave isn't the best used for dual wielding, it's still, I'd like some sort of area damage. So we will go with that. That will suffice, I say. I dare say. Leather hood. Let's pick it up. All right. Excellent. And here we are. We have picked the right tomb. Defiled Crypt, level 2.
I am on the right path.
I am on the right path. You're correct.
Near.
And we got a big lumbering dude about to pop through there. There he is. How you doing, buddy? Angle Maw. So what I'm gonna do, let me unleash some cleave attacks on him. I'm gonna pull back. Let's do some kiting, huh? Slow him up. Spam so many of these things off of little rage. It's awesome. Really awesome. Check this out, huh? That's not for me at all. We have this though. Alright. Now that we're here on the next level, we get to kill the Chancellor. Oh, it looks like there are gonna be some long spawns here. Sometimes there are these guys and sometimes there aren't. Yeah, fortunately, the game's random. Shush up. Let's do some weapon throws. Waste some of that fury there. AoE him. Oh, not AoE. Cleave damage. Cone. It's like a cone, a frontal cone. I don't know why I call it AoE. And the Chancellor's altar. Here he comes.
No, I will not allow you to bring that monster Leoric back to this world.
Some more of that back. A couple more swings. Then the weapon throw. I really like that ability. That was going to be a blast in PvP. Cannot wait. Oh, I cannot wait at all. And now we get Town Portal, which of course took the place of what was once Stone of Recall. We picked up some stuff. We got a whole bunch of stuff to sell here. All this stuff really is doing me no good. In fact, most of it does me no good. So before we talk to him, why don't we just actually go ahead and get rid of this stuff. So you can see right now how minimal these things sell for. Look at this. Well, that's 11, but this is like 1 gold piece, 6 gold piece, 5, as opposed to 15, 14, 20. And this is only at the low end. I'm sure that this is going to be even more and more ridiculous as time goes on. And again, as they've stated, they want white and gray items to really not even be picked up. They want you to think so little of them that you don't even spend the time picking them up, filling up your inventory space.
You're the one who saved Cain. You must...
Once you start to get in the later stages of the game and actually have
the
gear.
crown. Truth be told, I didn't think you'd make it back alive. Ah, it needs repair. Should be no problem. It's good to work again. There. New as the day it was placed upon the Black King's head. I need something more than making spades to occupy my mind. I want my life to mean something.
Then follow me and hone your skills. There is deadly work to be done, and I will need your arms.
And now we are friends with the blacksmith, and he will build stuff for us.
Leoric's crown has been reforged.
At last. With it, you can unlock the sealed door in the room where you rescued me and enter the royal crypts. When you find the Skeleton King, place the crown atop his head and destroy him.
I will crush him and find the fallen star.
Time to crush the Black King. Before we do, let me show you. Crafting, pretty basic now. You can go ahead and level up as well, just with some gold pieces. I'm not going to spend my gold on this, though, because I don't really need to. It's the beta, not a big deal. But you have the ability to forge various types of armor, forge various types of weapons as well. I have made videos in the past about blacksmithing, and you can take a look at those if you would like to. It's changed a lot because basically now the reagents have been knocked off for the lower levels. So you see, we can't even, like, I don't even have access to this stuff right now. I'll have to salvage a bunch of stuff, and items can be salvaged through him as well. If I had some items in here, I would salvage them for you. But I don't. I'm going to check one more time here.
Got a right
See what we
good
got for
bunch of
weapons.
things for you
6.6,
this fine
5.6,
day.
7.1. Nothing worth my while. So let's continue along and find that Skeleton King to the Cathedral Garden. Here we go. And I've got the key for this ornate door, don't you worry. Open up. All right. Here we are, guys. Last leg of the beta. Pick up our follower, and that's about it. Find the Skeleton King, and game over. It's about an hour's worth of content. I think I kind of took my time a little bit here as well, so this video may end up being over an hour. Could be just a wee bit over. Just spin around a bit there. There we go. Hello, sir. Knocking me back and stuff. Some weapon throws in your face. Knock some of these guys here from a distance, and then we jump on them. Oh, how awesome is the Barbarian, huh? Greatest class ever. In fact, every other class is kind of terrible in comparison. I'm sure they're all fine, just not my favorite. You can only have one favorite. Yes, that is correct, only one. And mine is the Barb. Smash! All right. So back on to something worthwhile talking about. Let's talk about the release date for a moment. When's this happening, Force? Come on, you must know something. Yeah, I wish I had insider information. Be happy to tell you. 1 to 2 damage, there we go. And there are iterations of that early on that are also 2 to 4 damage, which clearly is an increase, but we'll take that, yeah. Yes, we will. No insider knowledge, as much as you guys would like to think. Don't know when the beta's going to end and when the game is going to release. Just know it's going to happen when they're ready. But really good signs. We've got some really good signs that it's coming along the way. The changes that have recently taken place, especially, as odd as this may sound, the removal of things is very indicative of them being close to a release. Because it's not just the fact that things were removed. Ooh, we got that blue there. It's the reasons they were removed. So we're going to look at things like the Mystic being removed. Why did that happen? Why did that take place? The Scroll of Companions were removed. Why did that take place? All these things have apparently taken place because Blizzard felt that their current iterations were not up to par with where they want them to be. On top of that, they stated that with that being the case, rather than delay the game even longer, they're just going to remove them from now, and they will be added in later on in a content patch. So that the implication there is that with all these All these major changes, definitely going to swap that out. With all these major changes under the guise of we're removing this because we want to get the game out quicker rather than spending the time to fix this before launch, leads us to believe that they're really hitting there. They're really hitting the home stretch, and they're in the process of what is known as going gold. And the idea behind that statement is that they're basically polishing up and finishing for launch. That's what going gold means in the gaming industry. So Blizzard has stated that they're really getting close to going gold, and that's a good sign, my friends. It really is. We're getting there. We're getting there indeed. It's been a long, strange trip, but see the light at the end of the tunnel soon enough. And some barrels. And some dead villagers. Just picking up all sorts of stuff. Please don't activate. Oh, yes, you did, of course. Watch this one's going to do it, too. And, avoid the orb at all cost. Take him out from range with our awesome weapon throw. It costs so little, too. Man, I have like all my fury left after spamming on his face. That is hilarious. We're just going to try. We'll go ahead and go into the side room. I know you guys love to see side rooms. Yeah. Don't even touch. Bookshelves too. Yes, bookshelves will drop pages of training. They don't drop anymore in the early stage in the early difficulty. So, not even worthwhile looking for them. It's not going to happen. And since there's not even any scroll companions, there's really like nothing that'll drop from that anymore. This, however, we don't want to pick up because we get XP for it. XP is a good thing. I will take XP. And look at this. Death from above. Bye, sir. Didn't even see what was coming. We didn't even have time to get away. They like to run away and throw spells at your face. But not today, sir. I am incredibly ecstatic that this goes up. Some of those side rooms will lead you into nothing, and that is infuriating. Now let's just try to find the next area here. I don't need to go into all those side rooms. There it is. Whoops. See if this is the right place. No, it's not. It is nothing. I wish you could go down there if you felt like it. I wish I could just like jump down there and go, hey, look, and then be trapped. I understand why they create those side rooms that are inaccessible. It's all about immersion. I'm trying to get you to be like, hey, look at all this stuff that I'm surrounded around. Got all this stuff around me, but unfortunately you can't access it. So I guess that kind of then subsequently takes you out of that immersion. The snare is really good on this. Here we are. Yes, we found it.
Lazarus.
All right, now this area, this next area that we're going to, cutting barb here. The next area that we're going to is where we first discover our follower, the very first follower, the Templar. And he is a pretty cool guy, I dare say. Let's see what he's all about, shall we? Alright, now, first and foremost, he's in trouble, so let's save him. Let's save him. Throw some weapons at these guys. From a distance.
Your magic
Love the
is
range barb.
weakening.
And a javelin here. I'll take a look at that.
I am free. Now, back to my mission.
Alright.
Who are you?
You will know soon enough. Help me find my gear. I will reward you well.
This guy is very demanding.
What
Jeez,
brought you
not
to
even
this
asking
infernal
politely.
place?
Leap attack.
Drag me past this glowing pit. What made it?
I am here to find out.
And we picked up Ground Stomp. I did not even realize I
this
leveled
way.
there. No wonder everything died so quickly.
Do not let him react.
So let's get Ground Stomp. We'll replace our leap attack with that. Let's take a look, firstly, at the ability.
Warrior of the Templar.
Right here. Smash the ground and stun nearby enemies for 3 seconds. More specifically, shake the ground to inflict 110% weapon damage to all enemies within 12 yards and stun them for 3 seconds. We're going to grab that.
I need fury together.
We will wait 30 seconds until we have access to it. That's actually really cool because that's another AoE for me to give me a little bit of control. Taking a stun barb, huh? Something you guys are going to do. And here's a good thing that I would like to do in this Let's Play series for this week. I'm gonna ask you guys, when the game comes out, for all of you who plan to play the Barbarian, what type of Barbarian are you going to play? Do you like the idea of frenzy barbs? Are you a whirlwind kind of barb? Do you love weapon throw? Or is it even more, you know, not skill specific, but are you going to be going for mass fury generation? Are you all about crits? What type of character do you want to play? Are you going to play a stun barb? Huh? You going to play, I don't know, a tanky barb? That's another option for you. Can't jump because I don't have that ability. I thought I still had leap attack. Shows you how silly I can be sometimes. So I would like to know in the comments below, those of you who are still following along with this Let's Play, what type of Barbarian will you be playing at release? What do you envision spending your time as a Barbarian class?
Still recharging.
They're all awesome, but what type of awesome are you choosing to be? You're all winners here.
Back to hell, dog.
Man. Yeah, let me know. I'd be interested to find out what more people are interested in doing in terms of the play style for the class. Myself, well, it's interesting because I automatically when I think about like, hey, how am I going to play this class? I automatically think about PvP. That's just what I'm so interested in. That's my favorite part of any type of game. Hey, let's talk about the competitive multiplayer aspect. That's what I love about gaming. I know some people like stories and some people like single player questing. Me, I'm like multiplayer.
Please forgive me.
And so I will be focusing on likely breaking crowd control, mobility increasing abilities like sprint or leap attack, things that make me move quickly towards the opponents, and then high single target damage. That is what I'm going to be focusing on. Right here you've got the option. You want the Templar to stay with you? Do you want him to run away? Let's be friends with him, and we can go ahead and select his ability. We've got heal or intervene. Heal is a heal, and intervene is a taunt. I'm going to go with heal. Let's call him Paladin, shall we? Templar Paladin will be his name. And he best heal us, or else. Wow! Holy heck. Yes, please. Alright, we pick that up and swap that out there. Yes, that is a lot of damage. That is fantastic. Fantastic. We're gonna head this way now. So we're getting really close to the end. First, let's move in, get some stun down. There's a lot of guys here. Oh, this is exciting. Get some weapon throw that we can lay down here. Let that guy explode. Now we actually really need to get rid of this stuff. What these guys are going to do is they're going to summon up a bunch of skeletons. So the quicker we can drop them, the better, really. Let's go ahead and do that. Get a stun down. Throw some weapons, and we take them out. Winning.
Not enough fury.
I will never do that again, I promise you. Okay, that's probably not a fair promise, because it might happen again. But it's comical, if nothing else. Look at all his health globes, huh? There it is. That idiot out from a range. Let's see what else I picked up here. I don't think anything the greatest. No, it's nothing for me. It's really, look at that. Look at how bad that is. Two-handed axe, 2.8 damage per second. Yeah, you're gonna get selected. He gets picked last in gym class. I'll tell you that right now.
When we return from our
one of those, get some XP from it. Let's continue forward. Ground stomp. Perfect place for it. Just obliterated everything. So back to the type of character that I'll play. So when it comes to PvP, which will be my primary focus, it will be breaking crowd controls, closing gaps, and high single target damage. AoE damage typically in PvP isn't really that good because most of the time when you're talking about AoE, it's reduced damage in comparison to single target abilities. So in a PvP situation, you always want to drop your opponents as quickly as possible, not kind of spread out damage over time. It's just really, a lot of times it's not as good. That type of situation can work in games that have healing, but Diablo 3 isn't about healing at all. There is some healing in it, but it's really not, there's not like a healing focused character. And although you could probably use runes and make abilities that really focus on your healing, it's not going to be a primary aspect of the game. Yes, the Templar and stuff has healing, but it's really not, you know, the monk's got some solid healing, but it's not like the monk is a healer. It's not what it's considered. So since there's really not dedicated healers in the game, I don't think that dots will necessarily be as effective overall. I'm sure situationally, and there will be some builds where it's really good against this class and this class and this spec and that. I'm sure that's going to happen. But overall, generally in PvP, it's all about high damage, mobility, and breaking crowd control. It's really what you focus on. In pretty much every game, really. Every RPG, rather. Exceptional, huh? That could actually be good. Two-handed though, 14.7. No, thank you. Let's throw some weapons. Let's drop some chandeliers, but that was behind me, so it didn't do me any good. Now, in terms of PvE, I will probably actually go tanky. So I'm going to have runes that allow me to tank and abilities that make that effective. Damage absorbing, maybe Thorn. Maybe that's going to be a focus of mine. A major concern here with a melee class is in the higher difficulties, especially when I'm gonna play hardcore. Especially when playing hardcore in the higher difficulties, you really have to worry as a melee character. The fact that you're always within range of the damage, you're not sitting back tossing spells. Although I guess I could be a weapon throw barb and throw spells from a distance. But generally speaking, you're doing melee damage and you're up in front. So especially in hardcore mode, you really got to worry about trying to increase the survivability of your character and be able to absorb damage and recover from it quickly and stuff like that. So maybe running around with Ignore Pain will be good, trying to mass up my health pool, trying to make sure that I'm also being able to tank damage, in terms of armor, resistances, stuff like that, And that's likely to be what I will be focusing on in PvE. Especially since I'll also, when it comes to like hardcore and stuff, I'll probably be doing that with friends. That's another big part of why I game, and the great thing with that is that Diablo is really centered towards that. Diablo is really focused on the co-op aspect of gameplay. It's all their whole iteration, the design that they're going about, their design philosophy and everything is all about, hey, playing with your friends is great, and we want to encourage that. In fact, we want to make it beneficial for you to play with your friends, and that's really what they've been trying to do here. In fact, the whole implementation of the follower system is a way of trying to get you to play with them. That's like one of their major, they're really like trying to drive that home. They want people on Battle.net playing with their buddies, so there you go. So yeah, looking forward to that, and since I'll be playing with friends, I can probably go tanky and let them also focus on the damage. But no, not in PvP. I am all about smashing face, and that's what's going to happen. A wasted ground stomp on some barrels. I know, I saw it too. I did it. And now that we are in Cathedral level 4, we're getting very near the Skeleton King. Yes, we are. Very near indeed. So we will be continuing this Let's Play series throughout the rest of the week. Still have the other 4 classes. I think that it will be Demon Hunter next, and then Monk, Wizard, and Witch Doctor. I'm pretty sure that's the order. I basically go in order of the character selection screen, just to make it nice and simple. And I'm pretty sure that's the order we will be going into. Wizard and Witch Doctor may be switched, I don't know. That is what we'll be doing, and that's going to take place throughout the course of the week, so we'll be talking about the different characters and running through the beta as them, just listening to the main storyline and not all of the side lore. And once more, to remind you, I did do a video that was full lore, an exploratory video with the female Barbarian, when the beta first came out in September. So firstly available to at least the press, which would be including myself. And with that, you can, again, just take a look and listen to absolutely everything you want. If you don't happen to have access to the beta, which I'm assuming if you're watching this, that is the case. Consider good you're not playing the beta right now. If you're watching me play the beta. Oh, look at this guy, Treasure Bandit. So he runs around and spews treasure when you hit him. Now when the game is live, he opens a portal, which is supposed to go to one of the evils layers. Oh yes, another increase. I love it. Love finding new weapons. And look, it looks so much cooler now. We got some idiots down there, but unfortunately this is not the place to go. So we're just gonna walk by it. Oh, damage increases. Thank you so much. I love you. I do, I really do. Alright. See if this is the area.
Now for your just reward!
Wow, man. Templar is so angry. He is angry at these evil, evil beings. I think I got them both. Look at that aim, huh? Okay, so that's not going to be the place. Take a look at the map. Let's take one look. Could have been down there, actually. It's possible. Could be in there. Hey, here it is. There we go. Wonderful. Here we go. Find the crypt of the Skeleton King. Objective number next. That is our next one. That's what we shall do. Destroy some urns, but not all of them. Why don't you destroy all the urns, Force? Well, because it makes you angry when I don't, so I do it. No, it's because that would be boring. No one wants to see me do this for another 30 minutes. I'm gonna go back throughout the rest of the beta and kill every single, unlock every single thing. And you guys can watch it and you'll love it. No, actually you won't. You'll be bored to tears, so that's why I don't do it. It's not that important in the beta either. Let's
Keep
watch
your
this, shall we?
distance from him. This burden is mine to bear. May death bring peace from your madness, Leoric.
Traitors! Even in death, the armies of Condorus will still obey their king, even if you will not.
Man, oh man, King Leoric is angry that he died. Oh, here he is again. King Leoric, what are you doing, man?
You dare to bring the warmth of life into my tomb?
We shall put you down, Hellspawn!
That's my boy, Templar. So, activated pillars. These will spawn waves and waves and waves of skeletons, like you just saw there, unless we dispatch them. So what do? Dispatch them. That's nice and quick. Attacking a little bit slower, you'll notice. I lost my dagger, although my new weapon does more damage. It is slower, so it's my trade-off. Took a bit of damage there, but we got some health globes healing us up, and everything is just dandy. Oh, I missed. Missed again. Final countdown. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. Clear my throat in the middle of a recording? How dare you? So this is going to do it, guys. We will now face the Skeleton King, and that's going to wrap it up. And before we do that,
We have just arrived in Tristram.
I do want to do one last thing before we fight the Skeleton King and do that. I just want to show you the rest of the skills currently. Again, just in case you're new to the game and you're still not really sure. Now, the other thing you can do is you can head on over to Diablo3.com, and on the website, you'll have access to look at all of this stuff yourself. And that's a good way to, you know, get yourself familiarized with everything that's available. Now, let's just take a quick gander while this door is opening. So, we have seen the first row already with Bash, Cleave, Leap Attack, and Ground Stomp. We also have Frenzy. Enter a Frenzy state that increases your attack speed with each hit. War Cry. A Rallying War Cry increases armor for you and your allies. Furious Charge. A charge straight forward and hit everything within the path. And then Ancient Spear, which is kind of like Scorpion's Get Over Here move. You hurl out a spear and then grab onto people and pull them right towards you. Now, we have already seen most of the Fury Spenders hammer the Ancients, threatening Shout, Battle Rage, and Weapon Throw. We also have Rend, which is an AoE attack that does bleed damage, so it puts a dot on people. Seismic Slam, it creates a kind of frontal cone shockwave and does damage to everything within the path there. Sprint, which is what you expect it to be, increase run speed. And then Whirlwind, and we all know how amazing Whirlwind is. Ignore Pain, we have already seen. In addition to that, you've got Revenge. Unleash a retaliatory attack that heals you with each strike. And actually, I do want to check the there you go. So as you can see, this is active whenever you're hit. I just wanted to show you the specifics of that. Earthquake, a violent tremor, shake the earth and damage nearby enemies. Overpower, unleash a devastating attack against nearby enemies. Call of the Ancients, summon 3 ancestral heroes to fight alongside you for 15 seconds. That is pretty awesome. But lastly, and most amazingly of all, Wrath of the Berserker. Whoa, wow. Couldn't say that. Enter Berserker Rage for 15 seconds, but look at what that means. Increase crit, attack speed, dodge, and movement speed. And man, oh man, When you get that with a high-end rune, Wrath of the Berserker is silly. I got to play that in the PvP from BlizzCon last year. It is just ridiculous. You go
will never defeat
nuts.
me.
An absolute wreck
You
people.
were defeated the moment you surrendered to
That is
madness.
probably going to be one of my favorite abilities in PvP, Wrath of the Berserker. So, I mean, if it's obviously good anywhere, but it's really good. Really, really good. Let's take care of some skellies here before we fight the king. And I think that actually, yeah, what we're gonna do here is the following. I want to get rid of Cleave for the boss fight. Let's go with some single target damage here, which is going to be Bash, and then Weapon Throw is good. And actually, I'm going to keep the Ground Stomp because the Skeleton King summons little minions. And look at all this stuff. Just toss this stuff on the ground here. Not worth my space. Oops, pick that up anyways. All right. And the minions, I would like to AoE as much as possible, so that's why we're going to do that. And here it is, Mr. Skeleton King. Wrapping up our Diablo 3 Let's Play is going to be the final battle royale extraordinaire, whatever you want to call it. It's a fight to the death with King Leoric, his reanimated corpse. We're going to spin around in a couple circles and we're going to laugh at him. We're going to ground stomp in his face, which stuns him as well. That is ridiculous. How is a boss able to be stunned like that? I do not know. It should not happen. It should not work. It does. I'm okay with that. Let's do another ground stomp and laugh at everyone around us. Now these guys, the only reason I'm killing them is to see if they drop some health pots, whatever, orbs. He's going to spin around and stuff, but we can still continue to throw weapons at his face. Stomp, and I do not know how that didn't hit people around me, because it should have. I'm gonna hit here and take this, and we win. We win. Yes, we do. Oh yeah, I even got 2 yellows. That is awesome. We're gonna pick that up. I'm gonna show this to you guys before we wrap up this beta playthrough. Taking a look. Identify that just by right-clicking on it. 14.4 damage per second. Not the greatest, actually. In fact, I've got better weapons. I'm disappointed. How about this belt, though? Is that any good? Oh, yes it is. +1 Fury, plus 1.2% damage dealt is converted to life, +1 experience, and then health globe increase. Well, my friends, that's pretty awesome. And that will do it for this Let's Play. Now again, stay tuned throughout the rest of the week, as I will be continuing to do these Let's Plays as the other 4 character classes. Next up will be the Demon Hunter. As always, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Can't wait for Diablo 3's release at some point this year. Thanks again, guys. Keep watching and keep owning. Let's go out with some conversation.
Follow.
Follow.
For you.
For you? No gifts.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sorry.
Don't apologize, sir.
Farewell.
Farewell to you.
Easy.
Too easy. Don't be rude.
Time to die.
This guy's a jerk.
Time to die.
I agree. Take it easy, guys.
Pray for mercy, dog.